As Malaysia works to attract foreign investment and strengthen its position in ASEAN supply chains, how is the ministry ensuring that trade and investment do not become accelerators of climate change and biodiversity loss and pollution?
It's definitely important. Sustainability is important, but the problem with focusing on sustainability only without looking at the impact is to ensure that that sustainability agenda comes with inclusivity. The reason why I say this is because sustainability comes at a certain price for now, right? As technology develops, as companies
Investing in sustainability has scale, then the cost will go down. There is a cost, but who's going to bear that cost? It's always the government, unless we can pass through to the consumers and to the raya, and if that happens, I won't be sitting here anymore. So we need to actually time it in a way. So we need a plan, we need a roadmap, we need to ensure that those targets are met within that roadmap. For example, for industries, when it comes to carbon emissions, we have a target for certain industries. And the biggest carbon emitter today in the manufacturing sector, for example, is steel and cement. So we're talking to the Ministry of Finance, and the Prime Minister has already announced that next year we'll start proposing carbon tax. So then at least you level the playing field. Or else those companies that are involved in the steel sector, why would they invest in CCUS, for example? Why would they invest from a blast furnace to electricity steel plant when they will then compete in a way unfairly? Because let's say construction company will buy from the cheapest steel maker. They don't care whether you're green steel or not. So if you have carbon tax, then obviously that will equalize it a bit. So my point is, there are three things we need to do on sustainability. One is to get companies to be aware first, capacity building. It's not just about financial, because like it or not, sustainability is going to be key for our exporters. To get market access, there are many countries, except for maybe one that has pulled out from various agreements. Secondly, we need to support the SMEs. This is where capacity building again is important, because when we talk to multinationals, just palm oil industry, for example, they are ready, but the smallholders are not, right? So how do we support the smallholders? How do we support the SMEs in the manufacturing sector? And finally, I think the government intervention is key, right? Because of the fiscal constraints of Malaysia, we need to do it gradually.
So we need to ensure that we create the right ecosystem where companies are encouraged to, right? And then in tandem with the development of technology can assist that. We have targets. That's why for the automotive industry, logistics sector is also a big carbon emitter outside the manufacturing sector. The government has started to do this, but the problem is we are sitting on the accelerator for both. Usually when you hit accelerator for green energy, you pull the brake on, fuel subsidy. So because no fuel subsidy means the price goes up, then the substitute becomes more attractive. But right now, the fuel price is very low. So the incentive to move away from ICE combustion engines, for example, not as great as maybe other countries. But again, this is where the transition has to happen slowly. But surely we need to make sure that we fulfill the commitment that we have to be net zero by as early as 2050.